welcome to another episode of Serious Business TV. Got my boy Drop with me. Those of you that watched the Dunedin preview know that he took over the show and did all the interviewing for us, so thanks for that. How was it?
Well, I think you can sort of judge from the footage that it's kind of a lot of fun and some fairly messy DJs got interviewed there, you know?
Yeah, I think they're messy when they're not getting interviewed, messy when they are interviewed, not much change.
It's true, yeah.
Anyway, apart from messy, how was the night from say the dancehall perspective, from any other perspective but that drunken basement really?
Well, you know, I probably got the best perspective because I was the only one that stayed sober all night. No, I had a lot of fun, man. It was, to be honest, you know, for a $10 gig with just Dunedin locals, it was rammed, you know, it was packed. I think they sold it out, 300 plus people there, you know, just packed to the rafters and just everyone got into it, eh? It was good fun, eh?
Anyway, you asked the boys what they thought the website that they were there to launch was going to do for the drum and bass scene. What do you think it's going to do?
Yeah, it's got bigger, eh? Like that whole website, man, everyone's just getting into it and looking at it. It's probably the most definitive gig guide for Dunedin around, so it's sort of the first stop for most people to check out what's on. Plus the mixes on there are getting exposure. I mean, I got a message on MySpace from Germany about one of the mixes that I put up, so that's all stuff via the website, eh?
Sweet, well cool, we're going to have a look at what some of the other DJs said about that, and then I'm going to come back and ask this guy another question.
Nothing but good things, eh? Like, I've seen a lot of people with it on their MySpace sites. Like, it's a good link. Like, you put it on the flyers, people go to it, check out the gigs coming up. Like, it's mixes, like, cranking. Right.
Well, hopefully give us a bit of national profile. Hopefully, if any producers can put their tunes on there, then get a bit of a profile. People listening to our tunes.
I reckon it's awesome, bro. Like, just to get a lot more sort of that untapped market, eh? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, so we can pack out every gig, pretty much, eh?
I just think it's a really good way of, you know, canvassing everything that's going on out there. Because, you know, when a scene's kind of emerging, you know, there's not a hell of a lot going on. We're at the stage now where there's there's sometimes 3 or 4 drum and bass gigs on a week, which a couple of years ago in Dunedin, you know, couldn't have really happened. And a lot of that has come from New Zealand drum and bass artists doing really well. Obviously, Cold Dawn and the upbeats and State of Mind has really helped that. And drum and bass has probably moved into more kind of mainstream areas too. But there's really healthy kind of underground stuff happening as well. So you know, like your Wednesdays down the Bath Street and the radio show.
Oh man, it's huge, eh? Like, putting all the DJs together on one site, like...
It's going to be a lot more exposure for the producers on the side of things, and there's a lot of really dope tracks coming up from Vanadis, Mercury Rise and, you know, Undertow, as well as the local DJs as well. In terms of the MCs, there's only a couple of MCs in Dunedin, but they're pushing things and making things go their way. We've got Bo and myself, and R2G's just coming onto the scene now, so hopefully we're just going to keep pushing things and see how we go.
All it can really do is boost it. I mean, the seat's growing fucking exponentially at the moment. It's just going fucking kazoom. You know, the last probably year and a half, 2 years, it's just fucking gone apeshit. I mean, I remember going back to a Concord Dawn gig back in Ark, fucking way back in 2001. And there was a total of 5 people there. And now you come to a D&B gig now and it's just fucking epic, you know? So seeing these crowds coming, I think it's just going to get stronger and stronger, more crews coming through. It's gonna break down and be good.
Who are you looking forward to hearing tonight?
Probably myself, Kraft and Lophonics. There's those Vanadis guys, but they kind of just like rip MP3s off Soulseek, I think, and play them. Like, I'm not too kosher on that, but that's what they do. Like, that's their thing. I don't care.
Definitely. So who are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Myself, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing myself play. I'm the man.
That's going to go on TV, really.
Let's edit that bit. But
you are very, very good, though.
Oh, thanks, Drop. I appreciate it.
I think there's like a sense of community in Dunedin drum and bass that is absent in other centres.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't sort of get a picture from it in other centres too much by not being there, but you sort of look at the way they deal with each other and look at who's on the bill at what gigs in other centres, and you can definitely get a picture of certain crews and groups of DJs hanging together. But I mean, the beauty of Dunedin is it's not like that. I think it's almost its strength is that everyone's friends with each other, everyone gets on, And you know, we can pull a night like Dunedin Drum and Bass when everyone got together and all played and there were no dramas at all. So I think that's pretty much the strength, you know, that if the DJ's having a good time, if the DJs are treating the other DJs with respect, I think that flows onto the crowd as well. They treat the DJs well and they get into it a lot more.
Okay, so we've assessed your scene's quite friendly, and you know, the DJs are accessible, and you get good people to your local parties. How does it stack up to the rest of the country? And as a two-part question, what sort of acts do you have coming through?
We own the rest of the country in Dunedin, man. Done and dusted. Dunedin, that's all there is, you know. It's massive, man. Like, we have had so many acts come down and just smash it. I mean, you know, like even the internationals, they just rate the place so highly. Big Bud just loved Bar Street. Friction had a damn good time at Bar Street, you know. And like going back to last year, Black Sun Empire, those boys, you know, they love Bar Street and they love the crowds because they're just so into it, man. So yeah, Dunedin kills it, man. We'll pack out anyone that comes down, no matter who, really, you know, every weekend. So yeah, there's more to come, you know. It's been a busy last semester. There's been shitloads of stuff on, but there's more coming up. I mean, TB and Calix next week, Doc Scott and Marcus Intellects at Bar Street the week after, a few more internationals in the pipeline that I can't really say anything about right now, but then, you know, and there's all the other local guys. There's Bulletproof's coming down, Trey's coming down again, Cashmere Drum's birthday's coming up, and that's Mr. Smith and Menace are coming down. So I mean, all those are going to be rinsed out parties, eh?
Alright, cool. We're going to see what the rest of the boys think of the Dunedin drum bass scene versus the rest of the country, and that might just about be us. So, peace. I don't know what's going to be our next show, but please watch it. I can guarantee it'll be serious. We're going to end, you know, the deal. Look at the camera and give us a shout out.
Dunedin drum and bass, serious business.
I think I don't like to sort of play off scenes against each other and all that kind of stuff, but it's a really enjoyable scene. It's really healthy because, as you know, Mike, there's lots of different people doing their own things, but it's not, you know, and a bit of competition's good, but I think it's really healthy competition, and it's everybody gets along, and there's really, you know, good people doing stuff down here, and there's some really good venues have come out as well, and it's sort of, you know, there's the internationals, there's good local gigs, and there's good other music as well, which I think is a big important part of any music scene as well.
I think a good example is what last week when we had Big Bud, Shapeshifter and Asian Alvin all in 1 week, and they all sold out, and as a student town where, you know, students are pretty strapped for cash, yet they were all packed. You know, it's booming here.
I think one other thing that, as well that's a big part in that with the music scene in general is just the, you know, people getting a bit more clued up about the internet, and DunedinMusic.com starting, and obviously the Dunedin Drum and Bass website starting as well, which has been a real kind of unbiased platform for all of the artists, you know, to get out there, and that's been really healthy for the scene too, so it's been a big help.
Dunedin's all good, bro. Like, I think everyone gets on really well, and like there's no real bitchiness between everyone. Yeah, I think we've got it pretty sweet down here, eh?
I wouldn't be living here if I didn't like it.
Well, apart from being a seasonal fucking, you know, type of town which other cities don't have to deal with, I mean, I think we're doing pretty damn well for ourselves, eh?
All you got to do is lock down the students. If you can get them into your gigs, then they're going to go off.
Yeah. Not even that, I think the local scene in Dunedin is pretty sweet with it's Dunedin, you know, Dunedin locals who are here. I think Dunedin itself doesn't have to rely on the student population. There's enough people down here who love the scene, and all over the South Island. I mean, obviously in the Cardinal, Queenstown, Monica, I mean, the whole South Island loves this stuff.
Wellington, man, how do you reckon it compares to the rest of the country?
I used to think Christchurch is best, but after tonight, Dunedin's got it, eh? Hot chicks, heaps of people. Christchurch is just moody cunts. But Wellington, I love Wellington. It's got like banging scene. Everyone's fucking close to that, but I'm loving Dunedin's scene at the moment.
DunedinDrumandBass.com is serious fucking business.